Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, happy Saturday. Hi. If you're joining, this is Janet Ezocha. You are on Janet's Pick. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I'm super excited. First of all, I hope you're all doing well. It's a lovely day. Yeah. I am on ground. I mean, on ground of the showroom, the studio, fabulous studio of Clyopatra Couture located in Laurel, Maryland. And over here with me today, a whole lot more we're going to get to. Ifeoma, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for coming and inviting me. Hi, everybody.
So if you see, here, thank you so much for being here. You are a designer. I'm going to try and introduce you because this woman is amazing. She has accomplished so much. Ifeoma, fresh out of college, right? You opened your first fashion line in London, in the United Kingdom, creating one-of-a-kind bridal gowns, and you later went on to begin the first Afrocentral bridal exhibition in London.
Back in the day.
Come on now, how far long ago was that?
You don't want to date me. But it was right after college. There was a niche in the market because I got married right after college and tried to get ready for my wedding. I just realized I couldn't get any with an invitation that had somebody looking like me with my complexion in it. I couldn't get the accessories to match, and to go to the bridal stores, which were like fabulous, but a lot of them didn't have the things that I would like for me to show my heritage. So I ended up designing my own bridal gown. And from then on, I just went into history. I did the wedding invitation and accessories that were Afrocentric, and everything throughout my life has always been my birth continent and the continents that I grew up in that I love. So it's been
amazing. In recognition of your outstanding work and your love for your heritage, like you just mentioned, you received an invitation to the British House of Lords.
Yes, I did.
Launching Clyopatra Couture is to push the envelope again, and that's what I'm saying, pushing the envelope. Mm-hmm. I want to ask you a question because something notable about you. Again, I am speaking with the wonderful, amazing Ifeoma Onyia, CEO of Clyopatra Couture, founder of DMV Fashion Week, and we're going to get to that a little later. Tell me, you break grounds, you move to a new country, and you seem to so easily break grounds. How does, I would call you, let me say, an immigrant, right? Immigrating from another country, did that from Nigeria into the United Kingdom, and then here into the United States. How are you able to break into the want, right? How are you able to do that?
For the United States, it was tough because they were like, oh, who does she think she is, the African girl coming in here and all that stuff. But the thing is, not to brag or anything, I have a strong belief in God. And I think that once you have that faith in him and you know there's a path that he has laid out for you, every obstacle that you encounter is nothing but what it is, just an obstacle. What do you do with obstacles? You just bypass them and keep going. Mm. I'm business oriented. So my first aspect on anything is to think about the business aspect of it. Who do I talk to? Why do I? And I will tell you exactly what I want to do. Can we work together? Can we form a strategic partnership? Can you help me? Can you assist me? And that's how, and then, but you must stay focused. And I'd say this to a lot of the young kids out there, you have to stay focused. There's so many dream stealers that will tell you, it's too difficult. What are you trying to do? Getting over yourself. You can't do it. You can't do it. Yes, you can. There's nothing in life that is too difficult for you to achieve. You just like maybe you might lose a few hours of sleep, do a whole lot of prayers, and you just keep pushing. And that's really how I got in here. I got into this because God just opened doors for me. He was able to put the right people and also give me the discerning spirit to be able to walk away from the wrong people. There's if something my father taught me as a young kid. He said, sweetheart, in life there's good money and bad money. Bad money looks glorious and huge. You say, when you say bad money, walk away from it. Good money is always scanty, but it stays. And that's how I've broken ground. I just stayed on the path of the good money and talking to the people, but more than anything, following my dream and my passion, which is really to bring awareness to this beautiful industry that we have. Trust me, I left the industry when I left London and came here. I relocated with my kids. My son turned 1 here in this country. My daughter turned 4 here.
Wow.
And but they were too little. I didn't want anybody to babysit them for me. So I went into into healthcare because with fashion, you travel a lot. And them being so young, I couldn't do that to them. So I took a break from fashion and went into healthcare and opened up 4 phenomenal healthcare. 2012, I lost my brother Obi. 2014, I lost my brother Emmanuel. And yeah, 2015, I put up my businesses for sale. I just couldn't. I mean, the thing they talk about mental health is real. I became a little bit depressed because I'm very close to my brothers. And so to lose 2 of them back to back was like it had such a huge effect on me. And I couldn't concentrate. And you can't concentrate when you're running a multi-million-dollar organization in the healthcare field. So you can give it to somebody else to run for you. And the best thing I did was to reach out to the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene and say, I'm giving back my license. I need a break from the healthcare field. And I went back into what I love doing, which is fashion.
Wow.
And I guess doing that and listening to the voice of God helps to open up the doors. And that's how I was able to break ground.
Wow. And that was how many years ago?
So that was 2016.
Not so long ago.
No.
Very impressive. So that really is a testament to your passion and the faith, like you talked about faith in God. If you're just joining us, I'm Janet. You are on Janet's Pick. Please tell your friends, not to send them a message, tell them you have to be on this. We have some very great announcements, exciting announcements to come. Tell them to join. Get on YouTube. Come on, Janet's Pick on YouTube. I am with the fabulous, if I might say, Ifeoma Onyia, CEO of Clyopatra Couture. Let me tell you, ever since we confirmed this interview, I have been so nervous.
Like the head wrap, and she would say, hold here. And I'm holding it and doing all this. And what I didn't realize, like watching her hands with the scissors, the sewing. I remember the old machine, the singing machine that they used to use the hand and all that, and then the one with the foot. And I watch her and she'd be like, okay, come, your eyesight is better than mine, thread the needle. And doing that and watching it, I started cutting and everything. I remember when one of my sisters, Regina, had her first my mother's first grandchild, and my dad's first grandchild too. My first niece, Uchenna, and I was a kid myself. I took some remnants of hands stitched, wore it all the time. And from then on, that's my passion. So I've always played with fabrics. I've always hand stitched things. I can sew better hand stitching a dress or a jacket than I can even do with a machine.
Wow.
And I never went to school to learn how to sew or to learn to design, but I can sew and I can design. I can sketch.
You never went to school for this?
Mm-hmm. No, ma'am.
You design, you sketch.
I sketch, I design, I sew.
Wow.
And I hand stitch. And I can do some crocheting, but not that fantastic with that.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Your trademark, one of the trademarks of Clyopatra Couture is the hint of African and the use of the African. That's right. That's right. The use of the African prints, the bright, beautiful prints on different types of fabric. That's one thing that you trademark from Clyopatra.
Yes. So I turn African prints into poly, lycra, into silk, into organza, into wool for winter coats.
What?
Yes, because the thing is that I think having grown up in the Western world, some of the things that put people off a little bit is that our colors are really vibrant, but I think that's the whole beauty of our colors. Because once you put it in some fabrics, it mutes it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And summertime, what do people wear here? They wear yellow dresses, red dresses, pink dresses. What's an African print? Yellow, pink.
That's right. That's right. All year round.
All year round. Exactly. So that's how I work with. That's how I work with the prints. I just use the African prints and then turn them into the things. Now we're doing it into leather. But I push beyond the boundaries. I know that some of our people cop out and just use our fabric, in their original lifestyle
Right.
situation. But I just think to myself, can I do it on this fabric? And then I try it and see if it works. If it works, I'm like, yeah. If it doesn't work, I say, okay, what when I try it again? So
Your real self.
Yeah.
To who you are.
Yeah, that's why it took my brother Andy, Ifeoma Onyia, that was just so. He was just one of those. Was 6'5", well built, handsome young man. But he had the heart of. He had a beautiful heart. He just wasn't one of those people that believed in. He was a gentle giant, very dignified young man. So after my dad died, my father passed away in 2002. He was the one that, and then Obi died, and so he became him. He kind of took over that father role for me because he's the one that you go into, ask for ideas or advice, and he'll give you such an old man's perspective to everything you tell him. He didn't believe in fighting or any of those, so he'll be like, oh, Oscar Babes, that's what he called me. Never called me Ife, it was always Oscar Babes. Then he'll be like, all my brothers had different names for me, by the way. None of them called me Ife. So everybody had a name, a pet name for me. So he was the one, so his death hit me really hard because it's like I just spoke to him the day before he died. And if I wasn't talking to him on FaceTime, I wouldn't think that he was gonna die. But I saw him when he died. So but I had to make that decision based on the conversation that I had with him after Obi died and Emmanuel died, and I kind of lost my world and got off healthcare and just needed like a quiet corner. I'll be at home and just on the sofa, just in one corner. And he was the one that like, you do know that if they were here, they will hit your head and tell you just get back out there and do what you're doing, so make them proud. And I thought about that, and when he reached out again, I was like, you know what? It's like he told me what to do after his death. So it's go out there and make him proud. So make all of them proud. So that's what I said. Okay, let's do this interview. So this is for Obi and then Emmanuel.
Yes, this is in honor of your big brothers.
Yes.
Your loving big brothers. And how gracious you are to be with me today. Yeah. Honestly, because it's still, still very fresh.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you. Very gracious of you. God bless you and God bless the memories of your loving brothers. So what influences your sense of style?
The little mad voice in my head. Yeah, voice that tells me. So I've always done. Once again, growing up with boys, right? I grew up as a tomboy, but I looked like such a little girl. So everything I did, I looked at them, and then I remember my mother saying, "Yeah, no, one of the boys, you're a girl." So I had to so a lot of my dressing I incorporated something the boys would wear to something the girl would wear to come up with that. But I was raised in a family that allowed me to be authentic me. My father knew that, could see the talent that I had in me, and that I was different in my way of dressing, and they never stopped me. And I didn't just like to be like everybody else. So if everybody was wearing, I remember in secondary school, right? So I went to boarding house in Queen's School Enugu. Yay, my girls, beautiful girls. So I went to Queen's School Enugu, and I was in boarding house, and I remember we had to wear this striped uniform as to be in the hostel, right? They wear it's called. And I had to make mine different. I had to sew it different, and I had to cut it different, and it was so short. And I got into trouble so many times, and I still refused to change my dresses. And I'll go home, and my mom would be like, "Sweetheart, why is everybody like that?" Like, "Mom, don't ignore them. You can sew anything you want." And I'll come back to school. That's just me. I just like to be me. I think that in this world, right, how you dress doesn't portray who you are. Your sense of dressing and who your inner being are two different things. I dress to express myself. I dress for the day. Like today, I'm coming here and I'm like, okay, I've been wearing all black because I'm morning. But I also remember that the couches in the studio are all black, so it's gonna clash. But also again, I didn't want to wear something bright because I'm still at that stage,
That's right.
But then and I'm like, okay, but I need to do something that I'll be comfortable in that will also portray where I'm going to, which is I'm going to step away from being so sad to actually living. So all those things come through my head. And I dress. You can invite me to your house and say, everybody wear this. And I'll wear it, but I'll just wear mine different. And I think that I think that that's what we should be teaching our kids. Don't box people in a don't box the you must dress like this.
Fitting into the
Fitting
norm.
into the norm. You know, if we all fitted into the norm, then we won't be where we are today. Somebody has to be different. Some people have to speak for us. Some people have to fight for us. Some people have to dress for us. You know what I mean? So if I covered myself to here, it doesn't mean I'm a good girl. So if I show a little bit of flesh, it doesn't mean I'm a bad girl. You see what I mean? So my dressing just depends on the time of the day and where I'm going.
It's just an expression.
Yes. An expression of the essence of Ifeoma. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And it's what makes Clyopatra Couture so diverse.
Yes.
So diverse.
Yes.
Prints, style, everything. And if you see here, right here, we have some additional merchandise displayed, bags. I mean, look at this. It's amazing. You are amazing. So we're here. This is COVID. COVID, the period of COVID. COVID has changed a whole lot. It's changed the way people do things. How has COVID, this period, this pandemic, changed, in your opinion, fashion, the industry?
So I think at this point, we don't have like a clear answer. And if anybody tells you, yeah, we know where we're going, they'll be lying because it changed the elements of our day-to-day living. So we don't even know what's going to happen next year. Are we still going to be in the house? Because remember, we're still in COVID. We're still in the pandemic, which is why you're there and I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's still happening. We're still wearing masks and stuff. I think that the mask is going to be part of fashion. And even after COVID, I think it's something that's going to, I think so. I think everybody's going to be carrying them in. Just in case there's another thing that pop up, you'll be able to take your mask and put on your face immediately, right?
That's right.
I also think that people are going to pay a lot of attention on the leisure wear, the tracks, the leggings and everything, because we realized that during COVID, you were struggling to go find your PJs to put out. You weren't going everywhere,
That's right.
I also think that people in the fashion industry are going to pay more attention to the kind of things that we put out there. You know what I mean? To take into effect and how do you, like how dress to go up, knowing there's COVID. Where do you put your mask when you take it out? People put it down here, and then that's where the healthcare part of me comes in. It's not hygienic to take it off and put it here. Human nature, because if you look at wrong side and get the models to dress up on the inside, but to have all the MUs, the makeup artists and hairstylists to wear masks as well as face shield before touching the models, and then to have disinfectants that they did their brushes before. So it's a whole lot of things that's going to change that we used to take for granted in the fashion industry. But those little things are things I think that are going to change in the fashion industry more than the actual clothing
itself and the style. Yeah. You mentioned DMV Fashion Week. So again, if you're just joining us, this is Ifeoma Onyia. She is the CEO of Clyopatra Couture and founder of DMV Fashion Week. You've heard of New York Fashion Week, right here at the DMV. Come on now, I am with the lady herself. She founded it, DMV Fashion Week. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what inspired you to start that? When did that start?
So, the first DMV Fashion Week was last year, but prior to that, I already done what is called the Midsummer Madness Fashion Show 3 years in a row. And what I realized was that every year it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And 2 years ago, at the Midsummer Madness Fashion Week, I launched the collection for Jeremy Grant, the NBA player.
Come on.
And it was packed. But then I started getting people saying, oh, hey, can you manufacture for me? Because I can do small ones for designers. And I realized that there's a gap. People go to New York Fashion Week, people go to Atlanta. Right. But the DMV, this is the nation's capital.
Yeah, baby!
This is the nation's capital. The fashion industry used to be huge in Baltimore. The mills, the manufacturing companies used to be in Baltimore. But during the recession, they all closed down. Now we have a lot of talented designers in the DMV area. But it's like during the prom time, everybody, or Christmas time, that's when people are making money. So I decided there's a niche in the market, there's a gap, there's something that is needed over here, which is a platform that you can put in place based on what I've done with Midsummer Madness. Then you can put in place that can give the designers the exposure that they need to be able to compete in the global market. Not just doing the 1 and 2 designs to sell, but actually getting them into retail stores. So last year we partnered up with Macy's. So we kicked off DMV Fashion Week, kicked off in the Macy's store in Tyson's. We partnered up with Paris City Fashion Week. Now we're talking to the different African embassies, like Nigerian embassy and stuff, to get talent, African designers from the continent to come in. The Saturday, it goes for 4 days. So the Saturday fashion show is for the junior bosses of fashion, the young kid designers, and the international designers. That's where they showcase their thing. We invite buyers to come and meet the designers and see their collections so they can buy them and then put them in their stores. Wow. That's what is needed, and that's really the idea, the concept behind DMV Fashion Week. And so far, it's going great. We have Pepco partners. We have Washington Wizards, NBA team partners. We have Macy's. So that's what we've been doing. So we're just getting people to become aware that the DMV area has great designers. And I think that in the fashion industry is a dog-eat-dog world, right? And I think that's a big service to us, because your fashion sense is different to mine. So if you're a designer, who's going to buy your stuff is going to buy yours. Who's going to buy mine is going to buy mine. You have Karl Lagerfeld used to design for Karl Lagerfeld line and design for Chanel. And these are 2 huge brands. Wow. But in this area, it's like, I can work with you because you're a designer. We're competing. But no, we're not. We can help each other to grow. There's an old Igbo, and I'm Igbo from Nigeria. not a shithole country, the best country in the world. If you pee together in one spot, you will form band, right? It's just an adage, not literally doing it, right? So basically, if we get away from the crab mentality and work together, we blow up everybody. The fashion industry, this is one of my pet peeves. The continent of Africa and taking our fashion now is become popular, but it's been here. Africa has been in this world from time, okay? Right. But now they're noticing it. But then some departmental stores, one of them in the UK, and I won't name names, would put a celebrity designer using African fabric, didn't do it justice to the design, and putting it in their stores. But when an African designer or a Black designer designs amazing stuff with African fabric, because there are African American designers that do some wild, crazy stuff with African fabric, because that's their heritage too, right? Right? They tell us, it doesn't go with the aesthetic of our store. I don't think our clients are going to like it. But when you have a big name behind you, all of a sudden, yeah, it's really nice. Why is that? You see what I mean? Yeah. So, but anyway, I digress. That's my pet peeve. That's why I'm bringing the DMV Fashion Week to tell people, sit up, patronize the Black designers, because we know how to use our prints. This is an African print.
We sure do.
But this can pass for an European look. Absolutely. Right? That's a lace. So why can't you buy this and put it in your store unless I have a father that's a celebrity? So now these are clues to know who I'm talking about. Unless I have a father that is a celebrity, big time music celebrity, for you to buy it to put in the store. Yeah. So how about Clyopatra Couture? How about other designers? You know what I mean? Yes. How about those designers that are doing amazing work here? Buy from us. We can mass produce. We can give you 1,000 pieces of this, 10,000 pieces of this. Put it in your store. It will sell.
Absolutely. And thank God for that platform you have created, DMV Fashion. So you say this year, because of COVID, will be virtual?
It will be virtual. So this year.
And when is that?
So it's coming up October 10th.
October 10th.
October 10th.
I know a lot of creative designers that may be interested, maybe not this year, but the next year.
Yeah. So this year, of course, we can take a whole lot of designers, but we're now gearing up for next year, and we're talking to our strategic partners. And like I said, the a lot of the African embassies are interested, so we're having conversations with them at this time. So go to www.dmv-fw.com and hit us up on there, or hit us up on the social media, DMV Fashion Week at DMV Fashion Week on Instagram, DMV Fashion Week is on Facebook, or hit me up directly with Cleopatra, and then we'll send you the application form, fill it in, and send it off to us. This year we were supposed to start off with at Washington Wizards on the April 15th.
Wow.
It was a game, Wizards against the Pacers, and I chose that game because Victor Oladipo was going to be there.
Okay.
And but because of the COVID, we canceled. So DMV Fashion Week happens the first weekend of August every year.
Okay. That's
so, but we had to be health conscious because it wasn't worth endangering the lives of everybody to do it. So the one we're doing now is just a virtual one. We have Adrian Alize coming in from New York to showcase his collection. We have a few surprises with some of the younger designers that's going to pop up on the day. So, but we're keeping it very short and simple. We also teamed up with a new app streaming service that's coming up that is also going to cover. So, what the space?
Look out! Got a lot to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about junior designers. So you are also founder of Junior Bosses of Fashion.
Yeah. Which is now a nonprofit.
Come on now.
Yes.
Really?
It's a nonprofit. So last year it wasn't a nonprofit. So I did it and parents paid money to have their kids. It was so successful, right? Two of the winner and the second runner-up are launching their collections. They're designers, yes. So after this show, after the end of the competition, I sat back to think. I sat back with my team and I said, wait, we're tasking these parents. I know some parents that reached out and couldn't afford to pay the fees to send their kids. And then some of them brought their kids here for me to meet them. And I'm meeting them, I'm like, wow, these kids are so talented, but the parents couldn't afford to pay. So I said, okay, I already did my paperwork to start my own nonprofit, which is called the House of Cleopatra. And the House of Cleopatra is really to help widows and single mothers to get back into businesses. And also I have a network of powerful women that will mentor these women, right? And then I thought, oh, I'm going to add Junior Bosses of Fashion to be part of the foundation. So we're looking for sponsors. You can go to the website, www.houseofcleopatra.com, and make a donation or be a sponsor. And the Cleopatra is spelled as C-L-Y, not C-L-P.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
That's a cause worthy of donating to.
Right. So we're getting big corporations to give us money, right? So that these kids, because I have instructors that teach. I have people that have been in the industry for like donkey years that are instructors for these kids. And I have to pay them. I also have to make sure that the materials that the kids need, that we have them. We were making them buy them. Like the kids that were in the makeup artistry class, they had to buy the brushes. And girls, the brushes are expensive. They had to buy the brushes. They had to buy some cosmetics. My trainer, Karen Bonita Hobson, she's really good. So she brought some of these things to give out for the kids to get sponsored. And this year we're actually going to be in a particular home to be able to video. So the DMV Fashion Week this year is going to be from kids ages 10 to 17.
That's Junior Bosses of Fashion? Junior Bosses of Fashion,
yes,
okay. Yes, mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay. Listen out.
Junior Bosses of Fashion. So if you're interested, this is the big announcement. We're casting for 2021 Junior Bosses of Fashion, which is going to be streamed live on different platforms next year. So if you're interested, send us a clip. What should be on the clip? So then I have to look at your audience, right? And tell them.
Yes, please.
Okay. This is what
pay attention, folks.
So for my little people, you all know I call you guys little people. Little people, do a video. It doesn't have to be, don't spend any money doing the video, okay? You can use your phone, have your mom or dad hold the phone and just tell us your name, your age, the school you attend, your grades in school is important, and also what you're interested in the fashion industry, right? We want you to be normal. Don't give me a scripted conversation. Be crazy, be wild. Show me your interaction with, if you have siblings, tell me how you live with your sibling. If you're interested in fashion or you've done anything in fashion, show me. So the Junior Bosses of Fashion is made up of 6 modules: business administration, fashion designing, makeup artistry, fashion photography, and modeling, and fashion modeling, right? So you can select any out of all the 5 to know what your specialty is going to be, right? So this is like going to college when you say, I want to be a lawyer or something, right? So you have to say, well, I want to be a fashion designer, or I want to be a fashion model, I want to be a fashion stylist, a fashion photographer, or a makeup artist, right? So you choose that. Now, the business administration is mandated. You must take that. So what do we teach you? We teach you about how to come up with your company name, how to come up with your logo, how to set up your website, how to incorporate your business, how to do your, how to copyright any idea you have, how to trademark your name, how to set up your business to build generational wealth. How do you select your board of directors? What are their functions? How do you write a business plan? How do you write a business pitch? What's the importance of your social security number? Because kids don't know the importance of social security number. Also, how do you mail out something in the post office? And I'll tell you this, and my daughter is going to kill me because she FaceTimed me from the post office saying, Mom, I need to mail this to my friend. And I have this padded envelope. They don't, because they just text an email.
That's right.
So we'll teach you how, as a business, how to do it, the processing companies that they have out there that can process. There are people that handle your stuff that will keep your items in their place. And then once somebody orders it from your website, they ship it out directly for you. So we teach you set up a brand. So you have to come up with a unique idea that is for you. And it doesn't matter. You can, the last year one, somebody came up with cosmetics. They came up with their own cosmetic designs. The winner, Leah Kennedy, was the winner for 2019, because we didn't do one this year because of the pandemic. She came up with a watch that you can take off the sleeve, you can make the sleeve short, you can take this. So when you go to get fitted by a designer, you don't actually have to strip. You can wear that, and then so it makes it so easy. Watch out for her, she's coming out with that design. And then the second runner-up is Chandler Steele, and I'm actually manufacturing and managing him. And his collection is going to be debuted at the New York Fashion Week in February.
What?
So watch out for that. Yeah. And he came up with amazing designs. And you get to meet, if you're selected to be one of the cast members for the 2021 Junior Bosses of Fashion, you get to meet them. And then, because they will make appearance on a few of the episodes. So send it, email it to JBF at houseofcleopatra.com or info@cleopatracouture.com, or send it, drop it off here at the studios, 14300 Cherry Lane Court, Suite 109 to 110, Laurel, Maryland, 20707.
Wow! You heard it right here, Jen's team. Come on now, yes.
Casting,
What?
young boys and girls.
Can I sign up?
The last year's one was done live here, and the parents were coming. The parents were taking notes. So what that was, I told them, I said, I'm going to charge you guys for taking notes. But yeah, it's really a fun field, and I have amazing instructors that love the kids, and it's always like a party in here. But this one here is going to be streamed, so it's going to, you can people watch it. So it's actually going to be documented and everything. Yeah.
So exciting!
So the prize. You get to debut DMV Fashion Week. You get to debut at Paris City Fashion Week. you get to be featured in Shin magazine and a few other magazines. Yes.
This is so amazing. I know some people right now that will be like going crazy because their daughters are already
Sons,
talent and sons. Sorry, I missed that. And sons. Come on.
Yeah.
Forgive me. Yes.
It's
This is amazing. You do the whole 9 yards. You set them up for success.
Yes. Because the thing that the idea is this, right? And I'm not trying to discriminate or anything, but in the Black homes, we really don't have generational wealth. Coming from Africa, a lot of our parents were rich, but once they died or retired, then we had to tend for ourselves because they haven't put anything in place for their businesses to continue, right? But now in the Western world, you have Johnson & Johnson, you have Walmart, you have Heinz, you have, well, no, I'm not going to give him light, but you have, who that's now ruling us, because their parents put the foundation in place. So when they were gone, the foundations continued growing because they had people they set up already. So when you think about, like in the healthcare field, they always tell us to, who are your board of directors? And I know friends that will just put any other name in there and they don't do meetings. There's a reason why they ask you for those things. Those are the people that do your cross and balances to say, okay,
right.
What did we do last year? How we do? Now, some of them, you don't even pay them. All you have to do is, like when I was running healthcare, every year you have a little party for them, you feed them, and then you tell them. And they're the ones that will check you to say, your revenue dropped. Why? Or it's stagnant, or it's growing, or you think it's growing too fast. So you need people that are from the outside and from the community that will help you to say, how you doing this and what are you doing? And so why is that important? It's very important for the longevity of your business. So those are the things that we're teaching them on how do we as a people start building generational wealth. And it's never too late, it's never too early to start. My son just turned 21, he's already been in the stocks. He buys and sells stocks.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have to teach them. You have to, it's also good for you when you retire, they have money and don't stress you. So
It is.
I'd convert and just fly off and then the kids are there.
Wow. This is an amazing opportunity. And we'll be pinning this if you want to watch the replay of this again. This is Janet's pick. You really want to subscribe to this channel and watch and rewatch and share this. So we'll be sharing the link out. This great, amazing announcement that you just made.
Yes.
Congratulations. You are doing great things, big things.
I'm trying.
Yes, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud to know you. So honored, and I'm learning a lot from you. It's not just about the passion, but you're really caring about building other people up.
Absolutely.
Giving back.
Yeah.
To society, because you've been favored and the grace of God upon your life, and I'm listening to your heart and your desire to back, and I think that's just so precious. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you some fun questions just to get into your mind a little bit. Sneakers or heels? Sneakers. Really?
I design sneakers, but I have sneakers. I design sneakers, but that little. Yeah. I mean, sneakers are nice, but the heel kind of puts a little bit of to what you're wearing.
Okay. I got my heels on here. But this generation is all about sneakers.
Yeah, and there's some great ones, and I think that everything is that depends on what you're wearing. There's some things that you wear, and sneakers are just the right thing. But there's a whole lot of stuff you wear, and a little bit of heel never hurt nobody.
Little bit of heel never hurts. Girls, hear that? Say amen if you're on the line. Girl, you love heels. Okay, what is the one item that every girl should have in their wardrobe? What do you think? Some people say the little black dress item. To be fashionable.
Absolutely.
To be fashionable.
And it's not a cliche, the little black dress. You can put a scarf around it. You can throw a jacket on it. You can put a pair of leggings underneath it, the little black dress. And you can wear it a few times and nobody knows. Just keep changing your jewelry. Nobody will know it's the same dress.
Wow.
Yeah. you gotta be cost effective,
Absolutely, especially in these times.
Yeah.
Give me one word to describe your sense of style. What would you think? One word.
Sexy, classy, any of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Zoom. All right. This is the Zoom. We're Zoom business. Zoom this, Zoom that. You have a, torso from here, upper body showing. What can I do to look fashionable but be taken seriously? With these virtual meetings that we have these days for work and for our little social events going on, groups.
So I have to. I know it's a fun question, but it's a serious question, right? And I also know that my little people are watching, so I need to talk to the kids. I think even though it's on Zoom, right? If it has to do with business, wear a shirt or wear a blouse. Don't get on Zoom for business call and be casual, because you never know who's watching on the other side.
Even though you're at home.
But you're at home, but you're at work. Throughout the Zoom meetings, we had to do, we did a bunch of masks, which we actually just wanted to give out 2 days ago in DC with the Coalition for Nonprofit and DC Fashion Foundation. We had to do Zoom meetings, and I dressed up because it's, for me, mentally, I'm working. So if you say you are home, mental health issue is something we're going to discuss at a later time. But at this point, some people are suffering from cabin fever. So you're home and you're going to go get on a Zoom meeting, pick up one of your shirts that you normally wear or your blouse that you wear to work and put it on. Even if underneath you have your casual, but just from here, put your makeup on. Look fresh and get on that Zoom call. Because that first impression might make or not make it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm still from the old school that I gotta dress up because I'm getting on Zoom meeting.
Take it seriously.
Take it serious because it's work. So you have to have that mentality that I'm about to step into my office. So dress up.
Wow. Okay. Word to the wise. You take those Zoom calls seriously and dress up. Put that blazer on, girl. Okay, or boy for that matter, man.
And if you don't want to wear a blazer, just wear a nice dress shirt or a blouse. It's pretty. And I'll give you an example, right, Sam? But I'm not going to use names. So I had to get on a call with a girlfriend of mine, and I can say her name, Valerie still. Hi, Val. And I got on the Zoom call with Val and a celebrity, Hollywood, California celebrity, and their assistant. And she jumped on the call and she had hair tied up crazy. She had on the workout top, and my face was like, because I'm expecting that. Because I'm dressed up, I'm sitting still because it's a Zoom call. It's meeting, right? This is business meeting about manufacturing for his designs, right? My girl Val is his strategic business advisor, and she's dressed up. So we said it. He's dressed up. She gets and she's moving, and she's wearing her casual. Just came out from the gym sweats, and no, not the sweats. It's the sports bra with it, and the leggings, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is a business call. And I was like, and we finished, and Valerie called me, and Valerie was, girl, because Valerie is my white sister, my white black sister, right? She's like, girl, wasn't that crazy? I said, listen, I couldn't concentrate because I kept on looking. And she was moving around. And so you're talking, but you're not following. So I'm not looking to this other people. It's distracting. I'm following. So, yeah. So after that, I'm like, yeah. So going forward, do you think we can kind of be stationary and represented to do this? So again, I'm artistic. So all that movement was distracting to me. So, yeah. Zoom. Dress up.
Heard it.
You can wear leggings, you can wear boxers underneath. Nobody cares. Just make sure that you're from here. It's good.
Got that. Got that. That's funny.
Yeah. we talked about her. We had a drink on her too.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Don't let people talk about you. Look, dress up for your
I'm gonna talk about you if I see you.
Okay. What do I need to know? It's never too early to start, but what about those starting later in life? What's the first thing? What do I need to know if I'm a man or a woman out there and trying to change my career? It's really amazing. You change from the healthcare field to what you're doing now. What's the first thing that I need to know if I'm trying to get into fashion designing?
Get your mindset right first.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Because you know everything we do is based on here. If you have your mindset right and have that and never give up no matter what attitude, you'll be good. Then sit back and study the industry. Not on what other people are doing. I don't look at other people's design because it messes with my head. I really don't. And you know, sometimes some people will be like, oh, let me tell you what you should design. I'm doing it, don't tell me. Because if you tell me I'll never design it, it has to come. I wake up in the middle of the night and pick up my notepad and I sketch. I'll be at a function and I sketch. It has to come to you, right? But when I say study your thing is where do I? What, you know, in healthcare they say your scope of service. Who am my target audience? Who am I looking for? What do I want to design? What if whatever I design, can I wear it? If I can wear it, maybe it's for people like me. Like the shoes. I did the shoes, and most of my shoes are platform. You know why? I prefer platform. And I think when you start getting to this nice age of 21 again, you need to
fabulous.
21 again. You need to be able to design things that make you comfortable, right? And then who can assist me? Where do I get my fabrics? How do I put it together? How do I sew them? How do I sell them? Those are the things that I think anybody trying to transition into the fashion industry need to look at. Listen to the naysayers because they should be the fuel that pushes you forward. Because the people will tell you, oh, you can't do it. Just tell them, oh, thank you. Why? When they tell you why you can't do it, use those reasons to turn it around and correct yourself because they're really telling you all the stumbling blocks that are going to come. All the why you can't do it are the stumbling blocks that you need to overcome. Wow. So once they tell you that, take it and run with it. You know what I mean? And the House of Cleopatra, that's what it is. Second chances, giving people the second chance to come back into the world, into the business. It doesn't have to be healthcare, to be fashion. It could be healthcare, it could be anything. That's why myself and my girlfriends that are going to become part of or are part of my board of directors, that's what we're getting there for. We're also putting a program together called Stop Sister Shame. This is for you, my African sisters. When your friends can come and tell you the situation that they have in their life, and it becomes your dinner table conversation. And that's why a lot of our women are suffering in their homes. And some of them, it could be marital, it could be anything, it could be business, it could be their kids. They don't want to talk about it because they don't know who to talk to. That's what House of Cleopatra is all about. All the people that are on my board, they've all signed a non-disclosure. So if somebody comes in there and tells us the problem and we hear it outside, I will sue you. So you can come in and tell us what you need. So if it's to start a new business, we'll help you. We'll tell you where to go. I have lawyers, I have doctors, I have accountants, I have fashion people, all part of the team. So the idea is to network us together to help each other. And it's not just about being black, it's black people, it's white people, it's Asians, it's Spanish. Everybody is to help assist. So if you've been in a career and you want to come back to another career, it's doable. It's tough, but it's doable. It's doable. So that's my advice. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's what Anthony Robbins, the motivational speaker, said. Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it anyway. You said it. You said it. Amazing. I mean, I think, I feel like I have to replay this interview again with a paper and a pen and take down notes because you just laid out like the business plan. You're saying, you have to really think and do your research, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Absolutely possible. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. And that's one of the main messages I'd like to take out from day is
Yeah.
possible.
I did it. I was in fashion in London. I left London, relocated to the States with my little people, and then went into healthcare, and then left healthcare and came back into fashion. We still with the window of opportunity that I left open in the healthcare field and came back into fashion and just built up my passion. So it's doable.
It's doable, and you're doing it. House of Cleopatra, Cleopatra Couture, Junior Bosses of Fashion, DMV Fashion Week, and a lot more. She's doing it. She did it. You can too. Please let that be your takeaway. God bless you. This has been such a pleasure for me.
I hope I didn't bore you guys so much.
What? Man, this has been amazing. Thank you so much. Please. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing joy to me. See, I'm laughing today.
Oh,
so that's a blessing.
God bless you. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear. Little PA, my darling daughter. What would we do without our kids? We love them so much.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Hopefully, she's taking some lessons from some of the things you shared.
She said, so we're going to be one of the JBF kids?
Maybe.
Yeah. She said, yeah. She's like, she's geeking so bad behind the camera.
JB Fashion Week. I'm looking forward to it. DMV Fashion Week, looking forward to that as well. Looking forward to more to come with Cleopatra.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I hope we can do this again sometime soon.
Yes,
we have
to give you an update.
Yes, to give you updates. I'm sure they'll be hearing about them before we even do this, but God bless you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on here. Love you. Love you so much. Thank you all to my guests again for joining. God bless you for spending time with me this Saturday afternoon. You want to catch me next week again, please. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can get notifications when we're going live. But next week, not Saturday, this time Friday evening, I have another big one for you. Do you know Aunt Pretzels, Auntie Aunt Pretzels? You see her in the mall. Have you eaten her pretzels? I will be speaking to the founder of Aunt Pretzels, Auntie Aunt Pretzels, and Bila herself. That's a big one.
Nice.
Really looking forward to that. Her story is amazing. I'll be sharing more of that. You want to look out for that. Tell your friends, family members, this is another one you really don't want to miss. Make sure you hit subscribe again. God bless you. Love you all. See you again soon. Bye. 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 Thank you. Wow.